Let me know when it goes live.
It says it is.
It ain't live yet. It's
It
impossible.
says it. It says it went
Mm-hmm.
live. I just said okay.
It says now it says live. Is it live?
Yep.
Memorex.
We're live.
Welcome to the Prospectors Radio Show, the talk show for our community. Please welcome Rich Cooley, Indiana Gold Hunter Dennis Dayton,
Rob White Gold, Jaron Wheeler, Scott Swiftwater Tony, your host, Tim Grimes. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show and thanks for tuning in. What's going on, fellas?
Lake days, baby. Lake days. Woo!
We're doing.
Uh-huh.
Summer's here, man.
Well,
Can't wait
It's
for 4th
warm.
of July.
enjoy it while you can. All right.
I can't wait till 4th of July.
It'll be winter soon.
Man, I want to go down. I'm going to go down on the lake, and we're going to try to watch the fireworks this year. I haven't seen them in like 5-6 years, and I'm tired of not seeing stuff on 4th of July. So
do it.
So you're gonna live on the boat for the evening?
yeah, we're going to stay there. There ain't no no, not on 4th of July. I'm not taking my boat back out. There ain't no way.
You're gonna just go out in the middle of the lake and anchor and stay there all night, right?
Yeah.
That's a smart thing to do. Yeah. Right?
We saw
Yeah, it's
fireworks last night.
Did you?
Really?
We held a watch party to watch that parade.
Oh. You had a Saturday night watch party?
Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
it
What
was
parade?
random. The Army birthday and Trump's
Oh.
birthday.
Oh, okay. Cool. Very cool. I didn't.
I think I seen a piece of that on YouTube, actually.
Probably. I'm sure you did. Yeah. More than likely.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear who won the Xfinity race yesterday in Mexico City?
What race today?
Storybook. I don't know about today. I haven't watched it, but I know about yesterday. Daniel Suarez won yesterday's Xfinity race. He's the only Spanish driver that's in NASCAR, and he won the first race in Xfinity. Oh, the crowd was going crazy because they love him. He's a cool guy. I mean, he's an awesome racer. He's a cool guy. He's done
Yeah,
road track.
I think they said everybody let off the gas a little bit.
It was awesome. He didn't. He was like, "I'm going. See ya." He won it though. I'm like, man, that's storybook.
Oh.
When you can come in Mexico City, the first race ever in Mexico City, and you're from Mexico and win, that's storybook. I don't.
That almost sounds like the fix is in.
No, he earned it. Like he earned it. The guy in second place, he was beating on him, but he never could get just close enough to pass him. He beat him in the corners, and he earned it. Suarez earned it. It was a good race.
Okay. All right. Well,
but like I said, storybook, man. To go the first race down in Mexico City, and you are Mexican and racing NASCAR, and you win it. You can't get no better.
Interesting. I thought that race was today though in Mexico City.
No, yesterday was Xfinity. Today was Cup.
Oh, but they're both in Mexico City, right?
Yes, they're both in Mexico City.
Sounds like a little cheating to me.
Oh, will you quit it? Cheating's like when you freaking put a pan up there and we already know you put some gold in there.
Got
two.
Since you haven't been here, we'll let you pick. If you could have any vehicle or mode of transportation, what would it be and why? All right, who's going first?
I will. I still got an F-250. It pulls my trailer, pulls my boat. I don't need anything else.
That's what you would want if you could have any vehicle or any mode of transportation. You'd take an F-250.
Can you pull a boat behind a Ferrari?
I don't know, but
it better be a little small one.
Why not just say, I want a boat? I want a big boat.
I already got a boat.
A bigger one. Like a yacht that stays in the water.
Yeah, but I don't, you know what? I don't count a boat as a vehicle. A vehicle is anything that will go across the desert or on the road. That's a vehicle.
Rich, you?
I'd say just a full-size Dodge Ram with a cap on it.
Okay. Yeah. Now remember, guys, this is any vehicle or any mode. Dennis?
Yeah.
1971 Chevelle.
You guys are just going for cars and trucks. Rob?
I think I'm going to do the 1976 International Scout 2.
Jerry?
Helicopter, helicopter.
I was thinking on the same grounds as you, Jim.
That's not a vehicle.
It's a mode of transport.
Mode of transportation.
Anything.
Oh, is that why they put the mode in there?
I
Never
would
mind.
go a jetpack.
You would do a what?
A jetpack. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
guy just said a jetpack.
A jetpack. You said any mode of transportation, so that's what I would take.
You can't polish a jetpack.
Oh, yes, I could. That chrome on that sucker would
Guarantee it.
a new dime.
If I want to go out in the desert or go up in the mountains, yeah, I want something like that.
See?
Now, as far as a car, if we want to put that in there, I've always wanted since I was young a Plymouth Prowler, just because of the way they look.
Okay, so if we're going cars, I would say a Dodge Demon. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, like you said a vehicle or a mode.
Mode of transport
didn't-
or any
I
mode
know,
of
I didn't catch
transportation.
that.
Well, that's
But
why
I think you
Hey,
know what? For around here, what's those little where you're sitting in the thing? It's you got like the glider, ultralight.
Oh, an ultralight. Yeah.
Yeah, they're so stupid easy to drive. A kid can do it.
Huh? A pair
I
of
guess that would be a pretty fun thing out here in Arizona.
Yeah. When you getting one?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be riding with them.
What is
Yeah,
it?
don't worry, Rob. I got to tell you.
Airplane, Rich.
Oh,
Paraplane or ultralight, any of those.
ultralight.
The thing is about an ultralight is if the engine does go out, you can still glide to the ground.
Oh
pretty
yeah,
easy.
I've flown in them. They're
It's
pretty
not
cool.
oh my Lord, we're done.
No, just glide in that sucker. Listen to the wind whipping through the wires.
You know, Randy Grumpy, he wants the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, there you go.
And Charles, he wants an airplane. He didn't specify what
He
type.
didn't specify.
Hey,
They said
That's
hot
what
air
I-
balloon.
kind.
before Grumpy can have a Millennium Falcon, he has to tell me what a parsec is.
What is hyperspace, Randy? Uh-huh.
Did you guys
Well,
see they're coming out with a new Spaceballs?
I seen
2027?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
It's hey, the first one was the second one.
Rumor has it they're going to be using just about all of the original cast members except for a few that
There,
have passed along.
yeah,
You
sure.
know what's
Mel
weird
Brooks?
though?
Wow.
I wonder if Mel Brooks is actually going to be Mel Brooks or if he's going to be less offensive. That's what I want to see.
I don't think he will be. He's never been one to go that road.
You know what? He look how old he is. He's like,
I
don't
know,
give
but
a
still,
crap.
still,
He's like, I don't give a crap. You can do whatever you want. I don't care.
I think he's going to continue the same character
yeah, I do too.
as far as the first one.
Yeah,
He
I do.
should.
Yeah.
He totally should.
So yeah, you can still have Rick Moranis in it. You can still have them all in there actually. Oh, that'll be cool. When's it supposed to be released? Any idea?
Like,
2027.
yeah.
And looking
I
at
think
Mel
that
Brooks, I'm kind of wondering if he's going to make it that long.
That's what I was thinking. Karen, that's why I said he can make whatever he wants. Everybody's like, oh, okay.
How old is Mel Brooks now?
90 something?
79, something like that.
Yeah,
No,
he's
way
gotta be
older than that.
79. Yeah, he's got to be older than that.
He got to be up to
96 or something like that.
79, 80, maybe. Check it out.
I think
Google it.
Morgan
I thought he was
He was
79,
born in
80.
1926.
Holy
Well,
cow,
he's older now.
almost 100 years old.
and Morgan Freeman just had a birthday not long ago, and I think he was 89.
Hey, Tim, see what happens when you're made to make the second movie? You were meant to make the second movie,
Obviously.
Mel.
He should have made us another Blazing Saddles too.
He's trusting the Schwartz.
So on the 28th of this month, he will be 99 years old.
99, yeah, he's
Wow,
almost
there you
100.
go.
Wow.
Hey, if you see him in an interview, he's pretty freaking lively.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Scott,
Yeah,
Randy
he's
just
more functional than he looks. That's for sure.
Yes, no shit, no doubt. What'd you say, Tim?
Randy said a parsec equals 3,000.86 times 10 to the power of 16.
He had to Google it.
He Googled it.
He Googled it for sure.
Well, now he wants to know where his Millennium Falcon is at. So,
Well, you better find one online, maybe Marketplace. Try it out. I don't know.
now he didn't specify. So if you just find one of those little Hot Wheel cars that's shaped like that, send it to him.
Hot Wheel car.
I'd say get him the Lego ones, but those are expensive.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
that's like $300-400.
I know for a Lego Millennium Falcon, it's like $300. It's like, what? It's a
Huh?
toy. Yeah. You didn't know that?
No.
It's the middle. It goes in a parsec, bro. Come on.
Any of that stuff like that. Oh my God, they're sky high for them Lego ones.
And when you can see the back of the ship and it goes and disappears, it's moving.
Yeah.
Dennis, guess who's in chat?
Oh,
What'd you say?
Dig.
Yep, you must have sent him a message.
or, or
No.
he's probably looking at chat here. He's like, his eyes go over. Dig.
Just maybe I seen that. Yeah,
Dennis. Oh yeah, and they're making another Young Guns movie too, is what I hear.
Oh, really?
Oh, now come on.
What do you mean? Come on, that was
come
good.
on.
They should make a third one.
Young Guns was a good.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
What are they going to call it?
Oh,
Old guns
old-
now?
older
'Cause they're
guns.
young.
Young Guns. Young Guns 3.
They're
Oh,
still
Oh, my
young.
Lord. You guys,
On to the
there's
Spurrow
there's
world.
some movies that you can't keep going.
Why can't you keep going with Young Guns? If you still got
Are you serious?
Emilio and Chavez, why not? You can still do it.
I don't know, because of their canes.
but you got to remember,
hey, they still make Halloween and they still
That's
make.
right.
They're riding across the Pecos, still robbing stuff. Dennis Dayton and still quick on the draw. Hey, wait a minute, time.
Did you
Okay,
see
go
the
ahead.
size of that
It's young.
chicken?
I think there's just certain movies you just can't do a part two to.
No, I don't know.
And-
I can't say that since they're still all alive and stuff. I think they should and could. You know,
I think there's a few cast members that are passed on.
Rob, the movie's going to take at least 2 years to make because they're going to be so sore from riding horses. They're like, they can't act. They're like, yeah, okay, that's good enough.
Mister.
Every time they ride into a place, it's going to be the same scene on horses. They're just going to dub it in here and there because they're not riding that. They're not doing that again. They're like, oh, that hurt too much. No, we can't do that stuff.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
You know what?
I
To
think-
me, doing that Young Guns again is like trying to remake the Rockford Files.
No comparison.
Oh,
I'm
not
just saying,
even close.
Oh.
Come-
you can't redo them.
Or another Rocky.
Yeah.
Well,
Or yeah,
well,
exactly,
they
Rich.
beat
Or another
that
Rocky.
horse to death. So I mean, good Lord, how many Rockies were there? 10?
It's Rocky Junior.
Yeah, no,
Or
Rocky.
another Rambo.
Yeah, and there is another one coming out. So you can't tell me we can't have
Seriously, I thought they finally finished with the last one that came out.
No, now there's another one coming out.
Dude, how many times does this guy get shot and still be able to make
Several.
He's Rambo. So if he could keep going, so can a couple cowboys.
You ever seen Friday the 13th? I swear to God, I've seen that guy killed four
Hey,
five times.
that's what me and Dennis are saying. So
Oh, but he comes back out of the water. Hey, guess what? I'm back.
they're only on
Remember when
young.
Rambo first came out
Yeah.
and they had those long knives with the
Oh yeah, with the
end and
stuff in
the
it.
bow knife. Oh, everybody had one of those.
Everybody had to have a Rambo knife.
Oh yeah.
Look, I'm just saying, this would be the funniest thing ever. And I've already got it pictured in my head. I've thought about this 1,000 times. But can you imagine Friday the 13th, part 14, 2025? He comes out of the water like that. And all of a sudden, this guy, I was hunting duck, but since you're stupid enough, pow.
You can't kill him. You can't kill him with a shotgun. So it's like, okay.
Well, evidently you can't because he ain't got no head. He ain't walking back up there.
He always seems to
gun.
manage.
Yeah, somebody keeps sewing that back on. I don't know. But anyway.
It grows back.
Yes.
Well, the last
Grows
time
back.
he come out of the ground after being buried for so many years, and it's like, gee.
Well, yeah. He didn't die.
Right.
I bet you could find him because he was smelling ripe.
He just took a long nap.
Yeah. So
If he was 15 feet from you, you're like,
so when
what
we
is
get
that
to Young
smell?
Guns 10 or 9, I'll have a problem with it. But since we're only up to 3,
We're gonna see.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I think it'll be good.
I do too.
That's like, dude, that's like trying to make North to Alaska again.
Well, they could.
Yeah, it could
Well,
be.
they could, but it wouldn't be right now, would it?
No, it probably would because it's such an old movie.
No, it'd have this and have that some AI crap up in the damn thing. It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be the movie.
Well, maybe not to old
That'd
people,
be awesome.
but to younger generation, it would be brand new.
No, because they would dull it down at best.
Yeah, but still, you never
No,
know.
no. You got to remember, today's movies doesn't give kids hope and strive to survive. They're like, oh,
Plus-
this is what it is. You can just complain and just get over with it.
Speaking of hope, how about them goat prices?
That's right.
I don't know. We weren't speaking about gold prices.
Well, we are now. do you got them ready?
Yeah, I got them ready. I just like messing with Dennis because he's freaking.
Oh, Randy found a Millennium Falcon he wants, Scott. It's $95 plus $30 shipping.
That's
You're
Canadian.
not riding it.
That's Canadian. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but you're not riding in it.
So it'd probably end up costing you about $60. So you got plenty of time to ship that off to him.
Uh-huh.
All right. Otherwise, I know you're not riding it, but here's the gold prices. We're coming down to the green on it. Gold actually went to green, $12.49 to $3,445. Hang on to your saddles, boys. It's going to get rocky.
How much was that again?
$3,445.
400. Wow.
Going up, baby. Going up.
Almost 3,500.
It was 35.
Silver. Hang on to your boots, folks. It went up 0.01 of a cent. But it's sitting at 36.36. You can't beat it.
Yeah, I'm with you, Rob. Woo.
Tim's like, oh, sell.
Yeah, Rob both. Yeah, buddy. Take that. silver.
Platinum
Yeah.
Platinum actually took a $5 charge up. It went to $1,243. Palladium took a $7. Everything's in the green. That's pretty good.
Ah.
1,040 or 55. So 1,055 on the old Palladium. Rhodium, so funny. Still at 5,900 an unch, but it did change through the week because it was 5,007.
Ah.
So everything actually this week has been in. You know what's really funny? It's been in the green, and the reason why is because the Nasdaq, the Dow, and the S&P 500, they're all in the red. So when they go in the red, metals go up. Gas is the same way. Everything goes good. When those things are going green, we go down this way. It just sucks, but it all in what it is.
Oh, Jaron, how about the Bitcoin? What'd it do?
Yeah, what's that crap coin doing?
Well, it is at $105,750.
Oh, almost kind of.
He said 1,000. I was like, oh, you guys fell out.
It never goes down to 1,000. You better buy a bucket load.
Yeah, you better buy it now because
Bitcoin has so many digits, I get confused sometimes.
Right, exactly. There's just so many zeros.
could you imagine if it went down to 1,000, how much money in one day would be gone?
I don't see it
Gone.
ever.
Oh, I don't ever see
The
that.
entire world would have to ban it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, nobody really cares about Bitcoin. I'm just saying. It could go away like that, but there'd be a lot of people like, oh my God.
Obviously, a lot of people care about it. That's why
Oh,
it's $105,000 a piece.
Yeah, Tim, there'd be videos coming out, Facebook things. Oh
It'd
my
be
God, I
anarchy.
lost everything.
It'd be
I put everything in Bitcoin.
You know, Michael Saylor of MicroStrategy has a crap ton of Bitcoin. Elon Musk has it on the balance books for Tesla.
uh-huh.
Actually our governments hold some, but that's in confiscated stuff.
But still, they have it,
Hated
right?
stuff.
If Bitcoin crashed, it'd be worse than when Wall Street crashed years ago. Yeah.
Not really.
Oh, it would be.
Yeah.
I don't think
You know
Bitcoin
what?
crashed.
We as consumers would not feel a thing. Not even a mosquito bite. Not even a flick.
You can't see or hold and make believe. How can it crash?
Oh,
Hey,
the
Dennis, it's on the stock market. It can crash.
That's right. It
They
can.
made it public. So yes, it can. All
Hmm.
you got to do is have so many people go, you know what? Short it. And guess what? Bleh. It
Any-
goes in the toilet.
Anything can crash.
Remember, money moves the market. If you got enough money, you can move it,
Market.
but you got to be on the bandwagon. Say, okay, now buy, and then ride the elevator back up.
Count me out.
When it goes to 1,000,
You ain't got enough money, Dennis.
I can buy one at 1,000.
Count me out no matter how much money I got.
These guys, I'm talking millions,
man.
billions.
So just in the last 24 hours, trading volume is 35.41 billion.
Phew. Jeez, that's a lot. Yeah, that's on Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That's a lot of trading.
Now go look who traded gold, suckers. 195 billion.
Let's see. 105,000, 3,000.
Do the math. No, he just said they traded Bitcoin. They didn't say they traded 100 and something thousand.
No, I know. He said
Trading Bitcoin is just like, oh, I buy me a pack of bubble gum.
he said there was
take the Bitcoin.
$35 billion
Fake money.
trading of Bitcoin.
Money. It's just totally fake.
All right, is gold going to get to 3,500?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'll hit. I think it'll hit over 4,000 by the end of the year this year.
I don't think so, but
Yeah.
it will get 35. Sure.
You better pull the reins on that one there, Dennis.
3,500 was the new all-time high.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I could see us definitely going back to test that, double topping and then falling.
You know, Jaron, I can see it going to 36, and it's going to.
Yeah, it might peek through just a
Bam!
little.
No, you're not.
I
Yeah,
think
they're
it's
going to knock it back down to 33.
the end of the year.
You think what?
Well, it seems to me like they like it between 33,000 and 200 and 3,800. They want it. It's fluctuating in there. They're not going out of it. They're not going below it, but they're going to stay right there, and they're like really comfortable right now. And with all the stuff going on, I mean, yeah, we got presidents. He's doing this. He's doing that. That has a lot of stuff to do with it. Who's trading? Who's not? Who's doing this? Who's doing? So, but I think they're keeping it right there between that 32 mark and 38 mark, and that's my opinion. It's been there a long time. It's been before the first of this year, it was there, and it's still fluctuating.
Ah.
So yeah.
We shall see.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, Gold Prospector Space and Gold Prospector Space Radio is not intended for any kind of money. How do you say that, Tim? Nobody's giving you advice. Do not do this on the stock
Not
market.
responsible for your financial
Not financial advice.
And since the Israeli and Iran thing, U.S. oil has dropped 6%.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
It should be
That's
spiking, but it's dropping.
Yeah.
That's kind of it's dropping because they have so much. They're like, oh, we stockpiled it, and they're like, oh, now nobody's buying it.
Huh. Interesting. We shall see. We shall see what happens.
Shall see.
We shall
Is my
see.
mustache really that great now?
Yeah.
Maybe it's my tan. Never mind.
It might be your sunburn.
That's not a sunburn, man.
Your face is red.
Well, hang on. Let me switch the light here. There's the other light. Wait, there's the other light.
Red.
How's that look?
Red.
No,
Shoulders. You're burnt.
It's not. It's not. It's a tan, sucker.
It's a red lobster.
Yeah, it's a red lobster tan.
Look, it's not. It's not a sunburn.
Let's say hi to our chat. We got Steve France, David Villa, Bigfoot Prospecting Matt, Rocky Mountain Prospector, Brad. Let's see, Diggit, Ray Russo, Charles Henson, Ogre, Michael. Let's see who else. Eric Carter, John Hunt, Randy Lewis,
Oh, he's always here.
and that's it that I see.
Bar.
Scroll back to the bottom. Oh, did I say Stephen France?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you did. Yep. And don't forget
I'm
SpongeBob.
getting a new member to my family.
Yeah. Who's that?
I'm getting a new smoker.
Uh-oh. And which one did you go with?
I went with a Pit Boss Copperhead 7 Series.
Jaron, can you show a picture of the pit head?
Big monster.
What's it called again? The Pit Boss
Pit
Copperhead.
Boss Copperhead Series 7 Series. If you, I got a picture. If
Oh,
you
Jaron will have
Sure.
one pulled up here in 2
Oh,
seconds. But it ink. That'll be a cop. Oh, I forgot, Jaron. Screen sharing. I know.
1,815 square inches.
What did that
That's
set
what-
you back?
There it is. Coming up. There's a preview. There you go. Pit Boss Copperhead 7 Series. Vertical.
Man, you got the king.
The king of the kings right there.
Man, you gotta quit winning that much meat. What the?
It's a big one.
That's a smoking.
It's a big one. It's a
That's
big one.
not-
Yeah, 1,815 square inches. It's huge.
Wow.
That's like a
Hey,
refrigerator.
That's a refrigerator on charcoal.
Yeah, it's huge.
I
Dang. Dang.
like that, Rich, because it's a big one.
It's a,
It's a big
It's a
one.
big one.
Rich will be smoking some.
Yeah, it had like a 1,300 to 1,500 and 1,800. So I went with the Gusto.
Why not, right? You only live once.
Yeah.
You know what, Tim? I was damn sure going to say the same thing.
Well, you do. You only live once. So, right? You can't take it with you. Enjoy it
You're
while you can.
Dude, look how much meat this guy wins for.
I know,
Well,
right?
my wife gave me hell.
He needs one.
Oh, I wanted one for a while, so I'm getting it.
Oh, you need one with all the meat you win.
Well, yeah.
You
But
been help.
I'm tired of just not being able to do what I want
Right.
to do. I'm
Right.
only doing a little bit, and I want to be able to do a whole bunch because it goes just as fast as I get it.
Right. See?
Yeah, but you do jerky and all that stuff. So
Yeah, I do all kinds of ring bologna and snack sticks, and now I can only do like 10 pounds at a time.
Right. So
yeah, no doubt.
now how much will you be able to do at a time? In this
About
big
20.
one? Nice. Rich will be smoking some.
Almost double my square inches. I mean, I only had 1,000 before, now I'm almost 1,800. So, but now I got two smokers, so now I can do 1,000
Right.
and 1,800.
So heck, you could do 30 pounds.
Yeah, so now I can do like probably 30 pounds.
Good Lord.
So now I can do ring bologna, snack sticks, and probably something else all at the same time.
Wait, when you say snack, is that snap into a Slim Jim?
No, mine's honkers.
Oh,
I don't do Slim Jims.
Can you do Slim Jims?
Yeah, but they're too small.
Oh, okay.
They're really small now.
That's
Well,
too
that's what
small,
I-
man. I
I-
do
I'm just-
honkers. I do like almost freaking
yeah.
Yeah, the bigger ones.
hot dog size.
Holy moly.
I do freaking snack sticks. I don't do no Slim Jims.
That means when you bite into it, you can hear the crack.
That's right.
yeah,
I do snap. I don't do the freaking Slim Jims.
Man.
You know when you go to like the farmers markets and you buy the snack sticks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the kind I do.
Yeah, those are
The
good.
thick ones.
Yeah, those are good ones.
Yeah.
Agree. They are much better. They're a little pricey sometimes, but they're worth it.
what was that? What was that one beef jerky that come out that was like freaking a quarter-inch thick?
Hey?
Beef. It wasn't beef links or something. It
Oh, it's probably
really-
Jack Links.
yeah. It was really. I don't find it anymore.
That's the one with the Bigfoot in the commercial.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe. But it was like really like, man, when you got a bag of that, you got a bag of something. I'm telling you.
Mhm.
You can't hardly chew up a piece of it.
Well, welcome to beef jerky.
It's like chewing on a boot.
Well, that's how they did it in the cowboy days, buddy. It's
I'll tell you what, those
right.
hot dogs I did turned out really, really good. Hot dogs with cheese.
I just don't like cheesy hot dogs.
Chewing on a boot.
Well, it is.
I
It's like
did some
cutting a
regular
piece of
ones
boot
too.
and chewing on it. You'll get about the same progress chewing on jerky. And if you get a blowout in your boot, you can put a piece of jerky in there and it'll last just as long as the leather.
Hey, if you're riding on a horse in the middle of the desert and you got a little bit of water and you're hungry, guess what you're going to eat?
Your
That
boot.
boot. You're going to eat that jerky. I don't care who you are. You might have to chew on it, but that's the illusion of getting full. Just keep chewing.
That's why them cowboys didn't have no teeth back in the old days from trying to chew that damn jerky.
Gee, Chris.
But spit
Come
on
off.
spit tune. But ding.
Saying gravel would be easier to chew than
Like
that.
Clint Eastwood.
Gravel. Oh my God. You're killing me, Smalls. You're
I'm
killing
just
me.
saying.
Gravel.
It would be.
Give me that rock.
Yeah, give me that piece of gravel over there. You put some Worcestershire sauce on that and chew on it. I'll get about the same results.
I guess.
Ain't making no headway on either one of them. So
No.
At least I could eat. At least I could eat jerky. I can't eat a boot.
well, now, who's to say you can't eat a boot?
Well, there ain't no protein in boot. There's protein in meat.
Well, that,
Okay, I don't care how tough it is. You better chew it up and eat it.
but think about it. That boot came from a meat source, didn't it?
Well, you could starve.
Didn't the boot come from a cow?
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
It's called the top. You're not
It's
going to eat the skin.
It still came from a cow. So
Dude,
Yeah.
there's not even an animal that eats the skin.
I'm just saying it still came from a cow. So,
I'm
Wolf
just saying,
does.
if the animal
Wolf
don't
does.
eat it, why would I eat it?
A wolf does.
yeah.
He don't eat no darn skin, you crazy.
Yeah, he does.
They eat everything.
What do you think the carcass of the skin's always laying there when the meat's gone? They get down to the bone, they're like, clear it out. See you later.
That bears do it, and then the wolf come along and finish it all off.
Get rid of the rest of it. Eat it down to the bone. Everything gone.
You just whatever, dude. You
Just
guys are
saying.
killing me.
Just saying. Rob.
Boot.
Yep, he's still ugly.
Yeah.
You got something that you wanted to share with us tonight, didn't you?
Yes, yes, yes.
I did enable share screen share.
I kind of do, but I got to get with Jaren
Okay.
because the thing that I wanted to talk about was actually it's on Gold Prospector Space and it's a news deal,
Yeah.
but they don't have a pause. So once you start playing it, it's got to be like on the computer, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But this is another reason, not to dampen Rob's thing here, but this is another reason why you should never tell where you find a treasure. Just say
All right.
it's extreme.
Well, maybe that's what Rob's telling us tonight. Uh-oh. It's a bell.
Oh,
Bill there?
There's
Don't
a
tell me
bell
that come
there,
off.
yeah.
Do not tell me that come off the same story I'm talking about. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
that's not gonna be.
This was actually published about last week up in Alaska.
Uh-huh.
A piece of history has been recovered from the bottom of the ocean. The Star of Bengal is known as Alaska's second deadliest shipwreck. Originally, it was built in Northern Ireland in the same shipyard as the Titanic. The more than 300-foot-long ship worked for the Alaskan Packers Association, a merchant group that worked with salmon canneries to bring in cheap, unskilled labor, primary immigrants of Chinese, Japanese, and Filipino descent as seasonal workers. It had about 30 years of career, according to the project archaeologist. It's always been a hard-working boat, the individual says. The Star of Bengal met its end off the coast of Wrangell near the Coronation Island in southeast Alaska. The winds on the night turned into gale, pushing the mighty ship onto some rocks. breaking the ship apart and killing 110 of the cannery workers aboard.
Okay.
Some of that history is being preserved slowly but surely. The archaeology team has been searching for pieces of the over 100-year-old shipwreck, and recently they found the bell from the Star of Bengal, and they debated bringing it to the surface. Quote, when we put it out and wanted to hear what people had to say about the recovery, we definitely reached back to the museums and the archaeologists and conservationists to make sure what our bases are covered, as the archaeologists said. Ultimately, the consensus was to return the bell to the surface. Allowing people to hear the voice of the bell once again seems like the best way to make sure that the legacy continues to live. And it goes on and on about some of the projects that they are working with. But yeah, it's pretty cool that they were able to locate this bell.
Yes, it is cool.
Well, they know they're shipwrecked, that's for sure.
Yep. Interesting.
Come on.
And that's museum piece now, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Sure of it.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh, me too.
Now, last week we were doing, I believe it was Ohio.
Yep.
And this week where you got 13 epic hidden treasures in Indiana to be waiting to be discovered.
And that's
And some of these are actually repeats because they kind of fall in the same area along the border between the two states. So,
right.
oh. So I'm probably going to bypass a couple.
Ooh,
The
locate.
Yeah, the Reno gang stolen gold. And I can't remember if we did this or not, but
I think so.
I know. Anyways, they were infamous for robbing trains in the 1800s. After a huge heist in 1868, they supposedly buried a stash of stolen gold near Seymour, Indiana. This loot came from one of their biggest robberies where they got away with piles of gold coins and cash. Brothers Frank, John, and Simeon Reno were behind the crime and may believe they hid the gold along their escape route to avoid getting caught. So if the treasure, if it was to be found today, it could be worth between $3 to $5 million.
Man, if I opened up anything that looked like that, it would be like the song from Willy Wonka when he pulled the golden ticket out of the candy bar. Oh yeah.
Same treasure that Bill Conrad and myself have been going down to Seymour, and we've been taking bits and pieces. I actually have a couple videos on that on my regular YouTube channel. It's just in my name where we've been down there metal detecting supposedly where they had traveled.
Ah, oh, that's the one.
Yep.
Oh,
Well, there's a lot of people from Kentucky that actually went up into Indiana to bury stuff and come back down. So yeah, it's funny.
very cool.
The Josiah Heights buried silver. The Josiah Height was a counterfeiter who made fake silver coins in Charleston, Indiana. He lived on a property where he is believed to have hidden a supply of real silver. After his arrest, law enforcement searched his land for hidden stash. He escaped custody and disappeared before revealing anything about the silver. So the value of today, if you were to find it, about $23,000.
Hmm.
But a counterfeiter,
Yeah.
I'd take it. I'd still take it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I'd be going after the numismatic value instead of the silver.
Right.
And I think we did that one. That was the Morians.
Come on, who stacks coins like that? Quit lying.
Now you got to remember, Scott, this is all AI generated. For this article.
You're right about that.
The St. Mary's Church silver.
I can see that.
During the 1800s, St. Mary's Church in Vincennes, or please somebody help me with that.
Venice?
Yeah.
Is it Venice?
Venice, Vincennes,
No.
Indiana. So
Oh,
apparently,
Vincennes. Vincennes.
Vincennes.
Yeah, Vincent.
Okay, Vincennes. Okay, thank you for that. Uh, apparently, it's a home to a large collection of silver items. It is believed that the church's valuable silver was hidden away during the War of 1812 to protect it from being stolen or damaged. As the British forces advanced towards Vincennes, the church officials decided to bury the silver to prevent it from falling into enemy hands. The treasure was likely hidden by local church leaders or members of the congregation who wanted to keep the silver safe. It is believed to be buried somewhere near the St. Mary's Church or in the surrounding area of Vincennes.
Hmm.
Now, if you were to discover this, what could it be worth? Approximately $1.5 to $2 million.
Holy cow.
You know what's really funny is because if you look at those cups and you look at the goblets, you notice there's none of them perfectly around.
You got to remember again, Scott.
That, yeah,
AI
that's real.
generated pictures.
No, I'm just saying if you think about it, that's real silver. They were never perfectly around.
Right.
They got dents. It's
Right.
silver. They got dents. They got yeah. I know it's an AI picture, but I'm just saying off of it.
Thinking that was the
All
actual.
right. I don't really want to butcher that, but if you can see on the picture, the Battle of
Tippecanoe.
Tippecanoe. Thank
There
you.
you go,
Like I said, I didn't
Tim.
want to
Good
butcher it.
job.
Thank you. The Battle of Tippecanoe, fought in 1811 near present-day Lafayette, Indiana, was
Yeah.
a significant conflict between the American forces and Native American tribes. Before the battle, it is believed that the Native American leader, Techumes, oh, somebody please. But anyways, the leader of the tribe and his confederation had gathered all the war chests of valuables and weapons. Uh, as the American forces were led by William Henry Harrison approach, the war chest was hidden to protect it from being captured. Although it is thought to the tribe's warriors or other members of the Confederation buried the chest. The treasure may be hidden near the site of the battle or possibly near Tippecanoe County. This treasure was hidden in the days leading up to the battle in November 1811.
Wow.
So how much would this war chest be valued at? Some are saying between $3 to $6 million.
Holy moly.
Okay, our next one is going to be the Trader's Lost Chest. In the early 1800s, a group of traders, likely French or English, was traveling through Indiana with a chest full of valuable goods, including gold, silver, and fur. Facing danger or possibility of robbery, they decided to bury the chest for safekeepings. The treasure is believed to be somewhere near the Wabash River, possibly around Terre Haute or Vincennes. While many have searched for it, the chest remains lost to this day. If the trader's lost chest were found, it could be worth between $2 to $3 million.
That's Terre Haute.
Yeah.
Terre Haute. Thank you. I'm not from that area, so
Right.
I just correcting you.
yeah, thank you. And I know Scott doesn't, everybody else had butchered names, but
Oh, I like when
thank
we butcher names.
our next one is called the French Lick Resort
Yeah.
Gold. The French Lick Resort Gold is a treasure tied to the history of the famous French Lick Springs Resort in southern Indiana. During the Civil War, it is believed that the Confederate soldiers, including some with connections to General John Hunt Morgan, hid a significant amount of gold at the resort to keep it safe. The gold was likely taken from the southern banks or from Union soldiers. It is thought that the Confederate sympathizers or soldiers buried the gold near the resort, possibly in the hills or caves around the area. The treasure was hidden sometime around 1863 during the height of the Civil War. And if you're lucky to find it, It can be valued between $5 and $8 million.
Another good one. Big treasures.
Yeah. Okay, the Oldenburg gold coins treasure is linked to a German immigrant named Karl Munich. It looks like Munich, but anyways, Carl. I'm just going to name him that. In the 1800s, Carl moved to America and became a trader. But during the Civil War, he feared that either Union or Confederate soldiers might steal his money. To protect his wealth, he buried his gold coins in Oldenburg, Indiana. Carl is believed to have hidden the coins near the town, either on his land or in nearby woods. The treasure was buried sometime in the early 1860s, but Carl never returned to dig it up. The exact location has remained a mystery since.
Wow.
If you were lucky to find it, it could be worth anywhere between $1 to $3 million.
Carl never told nobody.
Yeah. The Brown County Pioneer Gold is our next one. This one's got a good size reward or bounty.
Yeah, because you can't dig in Brown County, by the way.
Brown County Pioneer Gold is a legendary lost treasure believed to have been hidden by the early settlers of Brown County, Indiana.
Oh.
According to local stories, this treasure includes gold coins and valuable artifacts. The pioneers buried the wealth in the early 1800s to protect it from thieves or the government. The gold is buried somewhere in the Woodland Hills of Brown County, possibly near the town of Nashville, but no one knows the exact location. The settlers who hid it never came back to recover it and has remained lost for generations. And of course, like Scott says, you can't go digging there. But if you were able to find it, it could be worth between $3 to $6 million.
Now, where's it saying you can't dig in Brown County at?
I don't know. You got to ask Scott.
Yeah, why can't you dig in Brown County?
Well, we dig for gold in Brown County down there at Gatesville.
Oh, well.
Well, it could be on, there could be possibility that there's a park or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
possibly, yeah. something like that.
Or historical site.
Yeah.
Like the Cache River Valley Silver Cache. The Cache River Valley Silver was a lost treasure that some believed to be hidden somewhere in southern Indiana in the early 1800s. The settlers buried silver and coins to keep them safe from conflicts with Native American tribes. The treasure is thought to be near a cave or a series of caves near the Cave River Valley. It was likely hidden around 1820s when there was a lot of tension between settlers and local tribes. And if you can find it, it could be worth between $3 to $5 million today.
Anyway, just to come back, I had to take a restroom break. But anyway, Dennis Dayton in Brown County, that's the Boy Scout camp in pretty much 75% of that county you're not digging in.
No, I mean, yeah, you can't dig at the Boy Scout camp in Brown County, but there's a lot of you can't go to the state park and dig, but there's tons of other places in Brown County you can dig.
There's Brown County State Park, and then there's Brown County Boy Scout camp, which that's where all the gold is.
No,
and then hey, but show me different. Go dig it. Been there, done it.
You can't dig at the Boy Scout camp, correct. You cannot dig in the national park, correct. Right. But all the other places, if you're on private land or if you're on someone's property and you got permission, you can dig.
Sure. I don't see why.
Yeah, but are you going to have the same goal?
You can dig in Brown County.
There's a reason why they made it a national park and a Boy Scout camp, so you can't dig the gold. It's correct. Just like the maps out. It's just like the maps out here. If you lay a map of national parks and this and that, you put a map of the gold country over top, you're like, oh, the government's been doing this for years. They keep blocking you off.
You're right. Yeah, I think we've established that. Yes, you cannot dig in the state park or the Boy Scout camp. Correct.
But nobody said that treasure was in a state park or Boy Scout camp.
But it could be located somewhere in that county.
It's just in Brown County somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be in somebody's backyard.
Exactly.
Yeah. It'd be. You don't know.
Yep. Okay.
Brown County.
We'll go to a stagecoach robbery, the Fountain County stagecoach robbery. It's a well-known legend in Indiana. The treasure is believed to have been hidden after a stagecoach robbery in 1800s. A group of outlaws led by a man named Jesse James
Uh,
allegedly robbed the stagecoach and buried the loot in Fountain County to avoid capture. It is believed to be hidden somewhere near the small town of Covington, Indiana, though the exact locations remain a mystery. The treasure was hidden in the 1860s, shortly after the robbery took place. And if you were lucky to find it, it can be worth between $3 to $5 million today.
Ooh, that's nice.
That's some big treasures in Indiana.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Lost Treasures of Indiana River. And I believe this is the last one, too.
If I seen something like that, I just keep walking because that's fake.
I'm picking it up.
I'll be like, somebody's tricking me. I'm out of here.
The Lost Treasures of the Indiana River is a legendary story passed down through generations. The treasure is believed to have been hidden along the river, likely during the late 18th or early 19th century. The treasure is thought to have been hidden by a group of river pirates or perhaps a group of French settlers who were attempting to flee to avoid capture. Some stories suggest that the treasure was buried near the banks of the Indiana River to keep it safe from authorities or rival groups.
That could be
The
true.
exact location of the treasure remains a mystery, though it is speculated to be hidden in an area near the Indiana River, possibly near secluded or less accessible spots such as caves, river islands, or dense forests. And if you were lucky to find it today, it could be worth $1.5 to $2 million.
Yeah, if you can find it.
Yeah, that's like all of them, if you can find it.
Well, you got to remember, Indiana, you got like a lot of clay, a lot of mud. That thing could be like 10 feet.
There's a
20
lot of
feet.
woods,
Yeah, there's a lot of,
forests.
yes. That too. That too.
I mean, Indiana's not a small state. You know, when I mean, yeah, when they narrow it down to counties, it's nice, but counties are big too. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
that's why you got to do a lot of research.
Well, like I said, I'm out of Clinton County, which is right next to Lafayette County, which is shoot. Hell, he said it. That's right next to me. And then, like I said, going down to Brown County, we know you can't dig because, well, you get caught down there a couple times and kind of learn. But yeah,
You ain't supposed to
so,
be Boy Scout camp.
so
You're not supposed to be digging in the state parks.
well, I wasn't digging in the state park.
You were digging in a Boy Scout camp.
I did, maybe. I didn't know that because I walked up the creek, so I don't know.
All right, if you walk up the creek, you have no idea. You know,
All right.
I mean, that's a logical explanation.
I'm just saying.
I was walking up the creek.
That's back when I was young and, well, I didn't care.
Uh-huh.
I'm in the creek. You can't say nothing. I don't care. I don't care.
All right, you're in a creek. It's supposed you think that's everybody's. The creek belongs
Mhm.
to everybody.
Not if you're walking on the ground.
Right. If you're in the
You gotta
middle
be
of the creek, you're okay.
You gotta be floating. Anyway, hey Jaron, can you play that video on Go Prospector Space Facebook about the
I
wreck?
don't know. Does it appear to be copyrighted material?
I don't think so. I mean it's news, but I don't think the news would be copyrighted. It's news.
I have not even seen it. You would think there'd be the story somewhere else, though.
Well, the thing is there's no pause. So once you start playing it, it just goes. But the story is very interesting.
Share this one with you. A fierce battle over.
That's it.
Let me.
That's the one.
He's
Just screening it.
He's got a little Australian accent there, Tim.
what's an Australia doing reporting on it?
Hey, Yes, but it's where they found the treasure.
Oh, they found it in Australia?
No, I'm just joking. I don't know.
Oh.
For sure. You gotta listen to the story.
Heck.
Okay, we should be fine.
Should be
All
good.
right.
All right.
You got to share your screen, though. But
Do you think this is my first day?
I don't know. Is it?
It's only his second day.
So excited to share this one with you. A fierce battle over a sunken shipwreck treasure trove, I should say, lost more than 3 centuries has broken out this morning after analysts confirmed the identity of the sunken Spanish galleon San Jose, known as the world's richest shipwreck. It's believed to have carried, get this, $33 billion worth of treasure, gold, silver and emeralds, but who will walk away with the fortune is another matter, with competing claims from nations, companies and communities alike. Joining us now is Dr. Richard Blakemore, naval historian and author of the new book, Enemies of All. Welcome to the show. This is so cool. So this wreck, discovered back in 1982, why has it taken so long to identify first off?
Well, it's actually really quite hard to identify shipwrecks. We don't often have very good navigational records from that era, so we don't know the precise locations where ships were damaged or lost. And a shipwreck is a really destructive event, so the ship will be torn apart. You can see in the footage, it's not a complete piece. So you often find wreckage strewn across the seabed. It's a dynamic site. The seabed is moving with tides, with currents. So you really have to hope for items that are going to identify the ship. Sometimes if you're lucky, you'll get a bell with a name on or something like this. I think in this case, the cannons look right, but it's really the gold coins, which were minted in 1707. This ship sinks in 1708, carrying a large amount of coins. So it really looks very convincing that that assemblage of materials means it's this ship.
It's like a Hollywood film, isn't it? Like Fool's Gold or Into the Blue. It's just fantastic, this story. And the work that you do is so fun and important, of course. Colombia, Spain, Peru have all claimed the treasure belongs to them, as have treasure hunters who found it and local communities too. So who has the best claim here?
I think it's really hard to say. Spain claims it because it was a Spanish naval ship working for the Spanish crown, carrying Spanish treasure at the time. Colombia claims it because they see it as part of their maritime heritage. And it's worth noting that the Colombian efforts so far by the Navy and archaeologists have been scientific. They've been exploring the wreck. They've been taking photos. They haven't actually recovered the artifacts. It's from photos that they've been able to identify all of the coins. So they are really going with serious archaeology as well as kind of any claims to the treasure. There's a consortium of American investors and explorers who claim that they found it in the 80s, as you said. Colombia didn't recognize that discovery and claims that this is a new site, but the American consortium claim that it's the same site. And then you also have indigenous rights campaigners who point out that it was their ancestors who were enslaved workers in places like Bolivia who were actually digging up all of the metal and the precious materials that were carried on this cargo. So you have a lot of competing claims. That's not unusual when you get a shipwreck carrying a large treasure. It's very hard to see how it's going to play out, but it's the sort of thing that always happens when you make one of these discoveries.
So if you've got the funding to be able to just pull a ship out and dive down and grab it yourself, could you make a claim on this?
Well, you could, but I think you'd very quickly find yourself being challenged by many other counterclaims. There's a number of cases where private companies have dug these sorts of wrecks and then found, for example, that the Spanish government, if it's there's one famous case involving the Spanish government, and a court actually found for the Spanish government, not for the treasure hunters. So you have some rights of salvage, you have some claim if you're the one who actually locates the wreck, which is what that American consortium are putting forwards. But it's a very complicated situation because of the history, because of the complications of international law and maritime law, and it's quite unpredictable about who's really going to come out on top in these cases.
Oh, it's remarkable. Sounds like a job for Indiana Jones. Richard Blakemore, really appreciate your time. Thank you. Here's Nat.
Thank you very much.
Well, so excited.
Listen, they're just waiting for some guy to invest a lot of money and bring it up there like, oh, that's mine.
Well, that's what they always do. They just go, oh, there's no sense going looking for it. Somebody will find it.
I would tell nobody nothing. I'll take it home and I'll melt it. See you later, sucker.
And once again, That's why if you find it, you don't say anything. You smelt it down into bars where you can't tell where it came from.
Why did they do anything when they find it?
Yeah, but I wonder who was the first ones to find it, though. That's the thing.
It has, if you found it first, aren't you
in the
going to hurry back there and start cleaning up that site?
I'm just saying it was back in the 80s, so evidently we couldn't get
on
there.
the boat, done gone.
Yeah, you can't get that deep. And now we're just getting pictures. It wasn't a diver that was taking a picture; it was a submarine.
No, it's a mini sub, sure.
Yeah.
Still.
So you better get something that's got a little pinches on it.
That's fine. I just don't understand it. It's like,
and if you just get 5 of those coins, nobody else has one.
Yes.
You know how much coin collectors will pay for that stuff?
Man, I just don't know why they got to say something. Why don't they wait until they've?
Nobody's going to dig it up, because when they dig it up, they know some country's going to say, "Well, it's mine. I got to steal it."
So
I go, "Yeah,
but
get
they
it again." Dude, I would just throw it back overboard. Well, if you want it, there you go, sucker. Find it again.
That's my point. They know all these people are going to start claiming it. Why say anything? Just shut up. You found it. It's still there, so obviously nobody else has found it.
Melt it down.
Take it and go.
Yeah.
You don't think they have people watching that? Now, wait a minute. Just think about it. You don't think they have people watching that wreck when your boat's parked on top of it for a week and you're diving? Oh, they're watching you. They got you.
Maybe, but if they wanted
Well,
to,
it's a fishing boat.
boats
No,
out
it
there.
ain't.
Yeah,
it's not a fishing boat. And we'll Russian trawler.
Disguise yourself as a fishing boat. We're just 3 fishermen. Nothing to see here.
You know, I actually did see an article about that today as I was working for next week's episode or, segment.
Uh-huh.
Why are we talking about lost treasures and stuff like that since we're a gold prospecting community? Well, you have the proper equipment to go out to go hunt for those treasures when, you got downtime or you're not in an area near the gold fields or something like that. Why not? You got a dredge, go dredge the river if you've got permission. You got a metal detector, looking for those large chunks of gold coins and stuff like that, because it's going to be an conglomerate.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
So how is that, so I'm glad to be able to talk about these lost treasures.
I'm glad you do, because it's still treasures.
Yep.
Treasures.
Well, like the ones from Indiana, Rob. If the ones from Indiana, let's put it beside the creek and by this certain tree, and then they never get to come back. Well, the creek widens eventually, and then erosion is going to take care of the box, and all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, look at that, bunch of gold coins in it." You never know.
You take your kids out walking, kids will find anything.
Heck yeah.
You don't even tell them you're looking for something. Just take them on a stroll down that rivers or something. Just let them run wild. See what they
Hey,
find.
I used to like looking for crawdads, but we'd see other stuff too.
Sure, right. You see other things when you're
kids don't miss that. And they're like, "Oh, what's that shiny thing?"
You're always when you were a kid and went down by the water or something in the woods, you were always looking for something. See, and you'd find crap. Yeah,
I remember fishing. I was doing everything else but fishing.
way most kids are.
I'm just saying.
This is boring. There, we're all geared up for treasure hunting. Every one of us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is.
But man, can you imagine just getting half of that off the bottom? Just half
of it, or 1/10 of it.
I'd be perfectly.
Like I said, somebody's going to try to claim it. Somebody's going to try to claim it, but I'd be like, I didn't dig anything up. I don't know what you're talking about.
I got to side with Spain. It was one of their ships, but to me, it's like, well, you should have found it, and you should have got to retrieve.
Yeah.
Don't wait for somebody else to find it.
You've known where it's at since the 80s.
Oh, that's
if you haven't dug it up, guess what? You're out. See ya.
It's
Finders keepers.
Yeah, they're just playing it cheap. They don't want to spend the money.
But they know the United States will end up saying, "Wait a minute, okay, let's put a hold on it. Let's see who gets it." They know the United States will do that. If you go find treasures over in their waters, in their country, it's theirs. They're not going to give it up to another country.
Right. So where was that ship at? I didn't hear that part. Did anybody catch that?
I wasn't for sure. They said off the coast of something, but it was not something that I know right off the top of my head.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know what part of the country it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't either. That's what I'm saying. So I don't even think it's in.
Wait a minute. Didn't they say? Didn't they say Alaska?
Now? No, that
Yeah.
was the story Rob was talking about.
Okay, that's I'm getting
Uh,
stuff crossed up then.
Yeah. 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 I didn't hear him say where. So it probably ain't in our waters. Might be. And there was Australian people reporting on it. So
Well, that's because it's where you get the real news. They don't.
so I have no clue where it was.
Oh my gosh.
was this? Yeah, this was a Spanish ship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you don't know if it's Spanish or nobody knows yet. They haven't had a bell. They don't have a. They could see. They don't know where. They
Well, they
just know the
think,
coin. Oh,
yeah,
I
what
seen a
they
picture of
think,
the coin. That's
but they
1700s.
think it's a Spanish ship.
This one
Which
might
you
be
know
a
what?
different one because this was off the coast of Ireland.
Ireland? Might be
Yeah,
a
it's supposed to
different-
be likely remains of the 18th century treasure ship that was lost for centuries. So
Ah,
that's
Well,
where
evidently it had a lot of gold. So yeah, when it didn't show up to port,
okay,
they
here we
knew there was
go.
a lot of
How
gold.
coins could be proved holy grail from a shipwreck with $20 billion in treasure found off the coast of Colombia.
Colombia. Okay.
And
Yeah,
that's the most I've
Cartagena.
seen
Yeah.
coins.
Cartel claimed that one.
No,
You know what's really
Cartagena.
yeah, you know what's really funny because back in the day, if you've got billions of gold and your ships only so they weren't big ships like what we got today. They were freaking boats for Christ's sake, 34-foot long, 40 maybe. They had like 16, maybe 20 guys on it. What's to say they're like, hey man, we got it on the boat. They gave it to us. Let's just go. We're gonna hide this stuff. We're all rich.
Think that boat was a little overweighted with all that.
Yeah,
gold.
probably.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
guarantee that's why Colombia is trying to claim it because it was off
yeah.
the coast.
Well, yeah, if it's
They
off
say,
their coast, they're gonna stake claim to it for sure.
hey, I'd say it like it is. Sorry, you guys. You can put him on a small boat. You guys sunk. Sorry about your luck. Bye bye.
I still say it's finders keepers.
That's right.
That's
And,
the
and
maritime
especially if you,
law. Finders
Now,
keepers.
I
especially if
think,
you pull it off the bottom.
yeah, I mean, don't quote me wrong, but I think there is a law off the coast of Florida. If you find shipwreck
Yeah.
items, you're supposed to report it.
Right, right.
Well, I'm with Tim. Maritime law. I don't give a damn. I ain't reporting crap.
To me, finders
I'm,
keepers.
that's right.
Playground rules.
If I spend my money to go down and dig it up and I get it, it's
It's
freaking
yours.
mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going to come back up with a big old bag of gold and all of a sudden there's somebody, hello, I'm from Spain. That's my gold. Give it to me. No, you're out.
And I bet you if they changed the rules to that, finders keepers, they'd find a lot more of these old sunken ships because people would be like, well, we could go look for that now because if we find it, we get to keep it. We don't have to give it to Spain or France or
Right. Well, like
somebody.
I said, I bet you'd be surprised on like off the coast of Florida, off the coast of
Oh, there's
North
a lot of
Carolina and stuff
Florida.
like that. There's a lot of treasure hunters. They're not going to tell you they dug anything up. And
Oh.
they do just exactly what I said. If I got a bunch of coins, I'm going to put one coin out a year. That
Well,
makes me so much money.
in the United States, don't we have salvage rights, Rob? That if I find a treasure, I could stake claim to that salvage.
No,
I thought we could in the United States. Yeah.
there's
If
there's a
you're
salvage
within that,
right.
I believe within that boundaries of the maritime border when once
Uh-huh.
you get
Right.
into international waters, because that's where a lot of the treasure happens to be found is just beyond that boundary in international waters.
Right. Because you think about like Mel Fisher and stuff,
Yeah.
the treasures of
Hey
the
Tim, I'm just saying you can't go after it. You can't just go out after a hurricane. Go, oh look, people left boats all over it. I get to claim them. That's not the way it works.
No, I know that. I'm just saying, like Mel Fisher claimed the Atocha. See, he found it, he claimed it, he got the treasure rights to it. See, it's
No, I do believe they have like salvage crews up in Alaska. They'll go in and search for sunken
right,
ships that have cargo on there and the companies will pay them to go do it,
right.
stuff like that.
Yeah, but I swear you can in our waters you could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In our waters, just don't say nothing.
Yeah, well, I still wouldn't say nothing. I'd never
I
say.
wouldn't say nothing to nobody. I wouldn't care. Ooh, it's a bunch of gold coins. Shut up.
I'd be like, yeah, there was nothing down there but some nothing. Old
Couple
wood,
sand.
like Oak Island, underwater.
I found a piece of wood.
On a bunch
I
of
found a piece of wood.
so wait, who watched Gold Rush Whitewater?
I did not get to see it.
Rob?
Yes, we did.
Yes, I was there.
Oh, okay, you and Jaron watched it. All right, let me hear thoughts on this week's episode. I watched it. I like to hear you guys' input. It's good radio.
Let's hear
So
it.
they gave up on that last hole because they hit the 8 foot mile, 8 to 10 foot that they were gonna do.
Uh-huh.
Didn't find anything really besides that one nugget.
Okay.
So Dustin had to come up with plan C and took them all up there to the new location. And it was just dangerous. Rocks could slide anytime, any moment. And all of them just said, I'm not diving there. So,
No.
and Dustin's like, let's be clear, this is a mutiny. I'm gonna have to get some new people.
So do you think you'll get new people, or will they go, okay, it don't look that bad. We'll go in. We'll try it.
Well,
Didn't Dustin say, Rob, that he's like, if I was able to dive, I'd dive in it.
yeah.
Okay.
But he injured himself, but he also understands he's under pressure. He owes a
Yeah.
lot of money, and the bank could come take his house and his girlfriend's house and
Sure.
stuff
Hey,
like that. So
what did I
he's
say 3
trying to
years ago?
push.
What did I say 3 years ago? He's kind of shaky.
I don't
Just
know.
saying.
I think you could still dive. You can handle that dredge. Just don't move no rocks. If
You
you're
gotta
going,
remember the rocks are coming from above
I
because the
know.
ground is moving. So
Even a little piece of gravel would knock your brains loose from that height. So here's my thing. Would you
Here's
just
my thing.
would you just put some fence across there, some like chain link fence,
if you had the
Why?
money, yeah,
stretch it across there, and
but you don't
It's
have the
not.
time.
It's not going to matter,
Yeah.
dude. When boulders are going down in rushing water, that fence is like putting a piece of toilet paper in.
well, it would slow them down.
It would actually slow it down.
Yes, it would slow it
It'll
down.
go bam. It'll just blow
At
right
least
through.
you'd see it coming. Somebody could get you out of the water. When that boulder slides into the fence, if you put the fence right up next to the boulder and it starts moving, fence starts stretching, pull the diver out, and let's go. I
The
would.
boulder does. The boulder doesn't do that. It doesn't stop. It goes ram, ram, wham. It just rolls through it like a semi through a freaking farm fence.
I know if you put the fence right next to it, not put it 10 feet away from it where the boulder can get momentum.
Well, where do you think boulders are coming from? Up the river.
And
They
stop.
got momentum.
The boulder's up on
Yeah,
the
we're not talking about the boulders coming down river.
right. We're not
Talking
talking
about the boulders above their heads
Well,
on the
hill.
hillside. Now, if you're putting fencing up, that will, if a rock large enough was to go down, the
Right.
fence
Are
will
you-
catch the
Are you
momentum,
talking about like up in the
slow
cliff
it
wall?
down so it's not going directly.
Yeah. Because they do that on the sides of freeways.
Exactly. Sides of mountain
You're talking
passes.
about up on the cliff wall.
Yeah.
Okay, that thing's been there for years. Who cares? That's freaking drama again. That's movie crap.
Well,
That rock's been there for
No.
years. What's the chances of it rolling out because you're
Well,
digging in the creek?
Maybe we might have to invite Carlos to come back on the show and explain to us.
yeah, because I
this
would
year's
stretch the
episode.
fence across that sucker and
I
give it a
guess.
chance because it's a plunge pool for sure. It's
I'm
definitely.
I'm calling Gold Rush drama.
Oh, I'm sure it might have a little drama because I'm gonna have to hire new people.
Hey, is Kenneth in the chat? Because he's gonna agree with me. Drama.
Oh, I'm sure
Drama.
it is. You got to have the drama, but
Yeah,
still,
drama.
that would be my answer to it, Rob. Because, like I said, they do it on freeways. Keep the
Oh,
boulder.
that rock can roll down on us, but we've been digging here for 9 years.
But he doesn't.
We're
He
still
doesn't
worried
have
about
the extra funding to be able to do that,
Right.
or the
Probably.
manpower or the time.
Right.
He-
Time is the biggest
Exactly.
thing. Yeah, I would think time is the.
Because I think he's got what, like 6 weeks left, and then
Yeah.
he's out.
To see,
I'm still
I would string some fence right across there. That's right in the
dude.
path of the thing. And that would
That
help.
stuff's been sitting there for like 4 years.
Yeah, but an earthquake or anything could jar it loose.
Oh, and so could
It
a
can
bear. Have you
rain,
seen a
and the
huge
rain
one?
can cause it.
Rain, a bear.
Ray knows all about this stuff because he lives in Southeast Alaska,
Yeah.
and rain will move
Oh, I bet. Rain
material, and that's where they're located, Southeast Alaska.
That that is right above that plunge pool.
Yeah, but
I mean, that's
uh,
pretty much a
Rob,
rainforest.
when it's raining, you're not going to be in the Whitewater Creek digging gold because it's raining.
No, you wouldn't be in there digging then when it's raining because the
So it goes from
water
Whitewater
goes
to,
up.
oh my God, I'm going to go
If
bye-bye.
it's raining, you're like, no, we're taking a day off.
Right,
And
because the
when
water comes
the
up too
rain is
high.
past.
Yeah.
But you can
One
be
day?
in the river, and it can be raining 5 miles up, and all that
Yeah.
water starts rushing down.
That is true.
But then again, of course, it's all drama for TV. But
Yeah,
we're
they're,
enjoying it.
they're dredging in the rain all the time on the show. It's just once that debris and stuff starts to come down and the water rises, they get out.
Yeah.
Right, right. Yeah, the water's going to come
You
up
got-
when it
you
rains.
pretty much got to.
Yeah.
Juan and Freddie Dodge.
Yeah, what happened there?
Was that the one where he was showed up late because
No, this was just a recap, a throwback
that's right.
episode.
Yeah, recap. Yeah. Um
And I think that's because the one thing.
Oh, because where
the
he
one thing, the one thing.
He was-
You're
had
killing me.
that.
The Bell's palsy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Makes sense. They just did a recapper.
recap of previous places they went and helped out, and
Uh-huh. So that's all they did. Now there's still no blind frog or the other
No,
one.
that's 2 days from now.
2 days. Okay.
And Skinwalker is on, yes.
Oh, Skinwalker is
They're
already
still,
on?
they're still blind.
Yeah, there's 2 episodes out already.
Oh, okay.
Another one tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, it's a Monday nighter show.
Or wait, no, Tuesday. I forgot what day it was.
Tuesday.
In the Curse of Oak Island.
Oak Island's over.
By the way, for all you guys out there that's got kids, happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
thank you.
Happy Father's Day.
Well,
My
I gotta
daughter
say that.
texted me today.
I gotta say that because I wasn't cut with that cloth. So
You changed our subject, Scott. We were
that's
talking
how I
about
do things.
Skinwalker Ranch and Blind Frog.
Yeah, do you think I actually changed the subject, or was there actually a subject?
There is a subject.
There totally was. We were talking about watching the shows.
We're talking about watching Blind Frog and Skinwalker. A blind frog skinwalking.
Well, I
We're
threw it
talking
in Happy Father's Day.
Just- Why do you always say your ketchup, your ketchup, the mustard, and relish the shut?
Ketchup, mustard, and relish the moment because you sure ain't a hot dog.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for. Have you did any watch parties yet on Skinwalker, Jaron, this year?
Yes.
Oh, you did? You started them?
Wednesday we did the 2 episodes to catch up. And then there was a couple special episodes as well.
Now, Skinwalker one, refresh people's memory. That's the one that's more alien of kind of show, right?
Yes.
You can think
But there's
that way because
treasure,
there is lots of
right?
like orbs and stuff they see and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, and
I mean,
legend
Yeah.
is there was skinwalkers there, which is some people believe aliens transform.
Right. But
In Arizona, we call them airplanes.
but they're not so much as treasure on Skinwalker Ranch as like Blind Frog Ranch. They're looking for treasure.
Yeah, they're on Skinwalker. They're just testing all these anomalies. And stuff.
Anomalies, trying to find out things and stuff like that. But still, it's interesting. Yeah. But Blind Frog is the one where they're looking for old Mormon gold or something. something
Yes.
like that.
Or Spanish gold.
Spanish
Yeah.
and Mormon, yeah.
But it
Actually,
just so happened to coincide the same general region where everything is happening,
Right.
I was gonna say, actually, I think they're looking for any gold, but
Or any gold, yeah. But
Yeah,
I
okay.
think that's what they're the Mormons dug here and
They dug here. So you mean it's all gone? What?
no, they dug mines and then they hid bunches.
But
No,
no,
it's like out here in Arizona when people go, "Oh, there's gold there because the Chinese dug there." I'm like, so there's no gold there no more.
No, it's Chinese gold.
Well, they were. You got to admit, the Chinese were pretty efficient.
Yep, but they were only as efficient as their little wooden sluice boxes and their pants would take them.
Well, they were
Yeah,
more
but-
efficient than anybody else, and trust me,
Huh?
if you go digging on a China freaking claim, you ain't gonna find much.
So, Jaron, you will have watch parties this week for Blind Frog and Skinwalker.
Yeah, because we'll have time
Uh-huh.
because last Wednesday, like I said, we got behind on the
Right.
show, so we
Right.
just watched everything that had been out. So
Right. And
Wednesday, it'll only be like an hour-long show on both of them. So we usually do about 2 hour, 3 hour watch parties anyway. So.
okay. So that way if people want to
Is
come
it Tuesday and Wednesday or just Wednesday?
Well, the show actually airs on Tuesday, but Ed's live that night. So
live is on Tuesday
Yeah.
the only thing we do on Tuesday is after party after Ed ends.
after party, sure.
Okay.
And you do both shows on Wednesday. Then
Yeah.
makes perfect sense. So if anybody wants to come and hang out and catch up on them shows, or maybe just start watching them, that's a good place to come and watch them. Is over at Jaron's after parties and live watch parties. Got to come. And,
Hey Tim.
What?
Where we at? Where we at on the? Are we 8,000 yet? Or?
No, I don't have balloons and a party hat on, so we're gonna.
Balloons at a party.
All right.
and we let what 6, 5, 4?
I think we need. Wait, we're at 79.86. 13.
Oh my God.
14.
Did
We
we
still
lose
need
them?
14.
I can't drive more people.
You didn't get none to come. You said, I'll have that in a day. Well, I'm still waiting for the day. Did you tell
Bro,
him?
I'm sitting there seeing them do stuff on their phone. I thought they were signing up. I guess not. I don't know.
They're not signing up. If they signed up,
They were pretending to try to get you to stop talking.
Jaron would have approved them, and I would have.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody since I think it was Tina or something.
Oh, there was one. Oh,
If you're
Well, I mean, from Scott.
Oh,
was,
from
was it
Scott,
Tina
yeah.
or something?
Yeah.
yeah, that was the one. That was the only one. When he said, "Oh, I have 20 in a day," so
just saying,
saying
I can do what I can do. If they don't sign up, they don't
20 in a
sign up.
day. Come on, man, make it happen. We only need 14 in a day now.
Oh, man, good gosh. Do you hear that? We only need 14, Lisa,
14
for GPS site.
members.
Sign up, Manny and Ringo.
No.
14.
You're already on there. Yeah.
14.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Lisa's on there already. Yeah.
Yeah, Lisa's like, could I do it? I'm like, no, you're already on there. She's like, are you sure?
14. If you're listening, come
All
and
right.
join
Well,
us. Come
we'll
and
get it
join
out
us.
there.
It's absolutely free. Just come on and sign up over
If
here.
you're interested in gold prospecting
Right.
as a career, hobby, passion, or just something you're interested in getting into, you have to visit goldprospectorspace.com. At goldprospectorspace.com, you'll find forums, chats, videos, blogs, sections on dry washing, metal detecting, high banking, and so much more. At goldprospectorspace.com. There's a store, classifieds, and at goldprospectorspace.com every Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern Time. Tune in to Prospectors Radio, the talk show for gold prospectors and treasure hunters. GoldProspectorspace.com is a social network with thousands of members, and everything you need is at GoldProspectorspace.com. Sign up today and get connected to others who share your love of gold and gold prospecting. Let the treasure hunt begin at GoldProspectorspace.com. GoldProspectorspace.com.
See, Rob, did you hear that? The show for gold prospectors and treasure hunters.
Gold
yes,
Prospector
Hey?
Space. Gold.com.
Hey, gold prospectors and treasure hunters. So your treasure hunting stories are
Man,
awesome.
did you see the? Did you just see the picture that he just had the rock, man? That's treasure.
Yeah, that is a treasure. It's a
And guess where it's at?
historic bowling ball thing.
Nope. It's still down on the claim, hidden in the bush.
Why is it down there? It should be up at the house.
No, because if I bring it to the house, somebody will steal it. Hell with that crap.
Put it in your living room.
Right now, it just looks like a rock. Rob
Put
knows
it,
what it is. I know what it is.
put it
Nobody
in
else
your
does.
put it in your living room and stick umbrellas in it. Nobody will be the wiser.
Stick umbrellas.
I'll think, oh, Scott's got a fancy umbrella holder. I'll be like,
Well, it would have been way too overweight for my luggage to
I
fit
have to
in
bring it
anyways.
home.
Just
How much would it cost to ship it, Rob?
Oh, at a
Oh,
black
heck.
see probably about $200.
Holy cow.
Yeah, we're not shipping that rock.
Man. How
Like I
did
said, I was sitting there, and the dry washing dust just kept going on it. I kept looking over, and I'm like, why am I seeing like 3 dots and a 1 dot thing? And I went up, blew it off, and put it up like, oh man,
still
this
interesting?
is an Indian artifact. It's awesome.
It's something. You got to take that.
Well, it's a marker of some sort. Now, it could have been by gold miners, it could have been by Indians, but it is a marker. And if you can look at the rock, well, it's been in the water, so you know that. But the markings are still there.
Yeah, it is cool.
Like I said, they're right in line, and there's one right below the middle one. I'm like, that's a marker. It's got to be. I still think it's a marker.
It's some kind of a marker. Might have been a Jesse James treasure marker.
Well, let's not go off the deep end.
I'm not. I'm just saying. Could have
Well,
been.
I'm just saying. I don't think it's a white man marker. I think it was a Spanish marker or an Indian marker.
You never
Because
know.
the holes, dude, the holes were done with rock. You can see that. Whatever drilled the holes, they drilled them the exact depth, and it's all the same size, and it's not drilled, it's wore. Like they actually grinded it out.
Uh-huh. So
It's
you're
not a
so you're
it's
telling
not,
me that when Jesse James and the younger brothers were sitting around a campfire at night, they couldn't have been sitting there spinning it and putting the holes in that rock and
yeah,
going,
because
marker boys.
because Jesse James always had a drill on his freaking saddle.
You never
Come
know.
on, Tim, think about it for a minute, man.
I'm just saying, you never know. A drill was just a round piece of metal.
It's not. It's rock,
They
dude. They
didn't have
ground it out
they
with
didn't
rock.
have a Ryobi.
It's Indian. It's not freaking Jesse James crap. It ain't no
How did the
cowboy.
Indian drill it?
Do what?
How'd the Indian drill it?
With a freaking drill.
Well, that you don't think Jesse James couldn't have put a stick and a string and a stone and drilled that one too? It just looks like sandstone.
Oh my God, no, it's not. No. Good Lord.
I think it just may be something Native American leading somebody towards the right direction where they need to go. It could have been, who knows, a cache.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, Tim, you got to remember, we found this. I don't know. What do you think, Rob? 6 feet below the ground.
That means it's been there a long
Yeah.
time.
Well,
So
it didn't
it
go there
could have been-
yesterday.
Right. Could be prehistoric. A caveman might have did it.
I don't know about that part.
Oh my Lord.
Rob, I would send a picture of that to somebody at a university, an archaeologist or something.
Well, hopefully that somebody may be watching that can identify that.
Yeah. If not, I would send it to like the University of Arizona Archaeology or Geology Lab. Send them a picture of it and say, "Can you tell me what the heck this is?"
There's only 2 people that know where that rock's sitting.
They might say, "Sir, we've seen stuff like that before out in the Arizona desert. It was made."
No, we actually got that. We got turned upside down in the bush. You'd never find it. You'd never find it.
I would send a picture of it, Rob. If it was my stone, I'd be sending a picture of it. I want answers. Yeah. And they would be the ones to answer that question. They're the smart people. and they may have seen one just like that somewhere.
Yeah, okay.
Just saying. I would. I'm just saying. On that note, has anybody else got anything to add? It's 9:00.
You know what? By the way, I want to say everybody out on Facebook that's digging gold, you're doing great. I keep seeing a lot of posts and stuff like Ohio, Indiana, Illinois. You guys are out there you're mopping it up. That's cool. Just want to say that, by the way.
Good jobs. Anybody
Yeah.
else?
And don't forget Flash in Your Pan Tuesday night hangout live at 8 o'clock Eastern on YouTube. He will be having Rocky Mountain Life prospecting and Culver prospecting and Operation Four Paws.
Operation Four Paws, pretty cool.
So wait, he's got 3 different people on one show.
I'm not sure. I think Operation Four Paws might be like some kind of I don't what do you call that?
Organization.
I don't know.
Organization or
Ed's
something.
going,
Yeah.
Ed's going HBO.
Organization. Yeah, could be some kind. Yep. Very cool.
That'd be cool.
Sure and check that out. Dennis, anything?
No.
No, Rob?
No, we'll
Rich?
find out some more treasure stories next week.
All right. We look forward to them. Rich, anything?
Nope. I'm good.
Enjoy that smoker. All right. Until next week, we're out of here.
Happy Father's
Night,
Happy
everybody.
Father's Day, guys.
Hey, guys.
Happy Father's Day. We'll see you all next Sunday. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Gold Diggers.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday, 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.
Got
Happy Father's Day. Woo!